Well, I will start. I would like to thank all of you for joining us tonight. We will just take turns asking questions if you have questions. Otherwise, we have some of our favorite hacks and recipes and stuff to share with you so that the hour's not wasted if we don't have enough questions. So, I think you probably all know me, but I am Tammy. I live in northern Wisconsin. I have been using Young Living essential oils since November of 2015. I originally started because I had a 3-year-old who was not sleeping, and I had body pain and headaches, which progressed to migraines that actually acted like strokes from I was in a couple of car accidents, and my symptoms just kept getting worse. And I didn't like the way that narcotics made me feel. So I went looking for something else. So migraines with a toddler who wasn't sleeping, my life was not, I was not in a good place. And then I found this amazing stuff that I don't have to take over the counter pain medication. I don't have to take prescription pain medicine anymore. Detoxified my home without even really knowing I was doing it. And it's because I wanted the points on essential rewards, which is now loyalty rewards. So as something ran out, I replaced it with something else. And when I started, Young Living didn't have all of the products that we have now. So I had to learn how to make things. So now I have the option. I can either teach people how to DIY it or you can just buy it. So that's kind of my pitch to people when they start and they don't know where to start. I have them pick like 3 areas that they want, and it's usually like pain, stress, sleep, hormones. I mean, like people usually know what they want to start with. So yeah, that's me. And I will pass it off to Lene.
Hey, I'm Lene. I've been with Young Living since my youngest was 6 months. And so I guess you would say she's my first oily baby. My oldest is 9.5. And I got involved with Young Living as well because my kids weren't sleeping. And then all of a sudden it just started morphing into, I'm going to try this. And ooh, I like this. And the idea, I've always been interested in all things natural and using less chemicals, less prescriptions, less over the counter stuff if absolutely necessary. Like they're there if you need it, but I've always been open to doing things more naturally because God provided nature for us. So I it it evolved into now I have a passion of sharing what I know and helping people with their health and bringing a vibrant life of wellness, purpose and abundance. And I just really liked the idea of a lifestyle company, not just a few products to help one particular area. And so it's become quite the passion. So I don't do a ton of DIY, so I'm thankful for my friend Tammy that does do DIY because I ask her for recipes. But I did get my because I'm an RN. I was a pediatric intensive care unit nurse for over 20 years, and because of that, in learning oils, I wanted to know the right things and not just what other people were telling me. So I went and got my aromatherapy certification, and I still need to finish my clinical aromatherapy course, but other things have become more important. And it's not, I want people to know that it's not necessary to have an aromatherapy certification to use oils. Like it's not necessary. So um, just because I do doesn't mean other people need to. It was just more of a personal thing. So, but I do have that. And so I'm going to share a few things that I've learned from there with you tonight as well. So I'll pass it off to Susie.
Oh, you're muted, Susie.
Okay, let's do this again. Hi. Hey, Reese. Hey guys. So I'm Susie. I am newly married to my 20-year relationship boyfriend. That was a lot of fun. So I'm still on cloud 10 from that. And I'm doing like my favorite thing, which is teaching with the Unstoppable crew that I have come to absolutely cherish. These girls have taught me so much about so many things, and it's amazing to team up with them because I learn a lot from them. I learn a lot from you guys that jump on here. So it's just a really cool atmosphere. I've been with Young Living for five years. Are we in 2021? Yeah, I started in 16. So 5 years. I've been doing the business for about 4.5, either 60. Yeah. So I started in February. I decided I was going to be a brand partner in June because I had so many stories to tell already. I was like, I bought the kit, and the kit oils are the same ones that I order every month. If I'm ordering oils, those are the ones that I'm ordering, is that kit, because the kit is robust. And I started with oils because I had degrading joints, and I was left with the diagnosis of narco and gel injections until I got my knee replaced. My knee has been replaced, and so has my hip, and oils have been instrumental through both of those for me. So I have had a lot of luck with oils. Being that they work so well with those things, I started branching off into other things like, oh my gosh, can we get rid of all those pink pills for digestive issues? Oh, guess what? We can with kid oils. Like, it was so exciting. So I really got into like making my own kind of capsules and supplements, and not so much tinctures, but if you're not a capsule taker, tinctures are kind of the way to go, where you just like put a couple of drops underneath your tongue, let them sit there, and then swallow it. Get the same thing that you would from a capsule. So I dabbled in DIY, and then when I was able to get to a point where I could just use the products, that's what I did. So I use the baby wipes for dryer sheets and makeup remover, and like we have a ton of different hacks for whatever you want to use it for. And that's what I really like about Young Living, is because I have customers that only drink Ningxia Red. They don't oil. So the only oils they use are the ones they get every month because they order the ER kit and they get loyalty oils. So that's how they oil. And then I have customers that just order Thieves. So it's from all ends, and you are absolutely welcome to do whatever you want. And that's why I love Young Living, because we have products that span everything from makeup to CBD to personal care, household cleaning, whatever you want. But that's why I love it. I'm very passionate about it. It's something that I love doing. So I'm going to pass you off to Shelby, and Shelby's going to introduce herself.
Hello. Hey, y'all. My name is Shelby Corwin. I'm from Oklahoma, and I got with Young Living 6 years ago. Originally, I have 2 kids, 2 oily babies. I'm a massage therapist. So what we did, I work at a chiropractic clinic. What we did is we Googled best essential oils because we wanted to get into aromatherapy, and a brand came up that was not Young Living, and we ordered it and we used it. And we used it for probably a couple of months. I remember, I also am an esthetician, so I do facials too. I remember one time I was using, I think, frankincense on someone's face, and they had a reaction to it. The other brand, not Young Living, the other brand, but we just kept using it because, that's what we did, right? And then one of my good friends comes into our clinic and is like, "What are you using?" And she said, "Let me do a little test." And I said, "Okay." And she said, "Close your eyes and smell this oil." And I said, "All right." So I smelt it and I said, "Okay, it smells like lemon. Smells like just the lemon, right?" And she said, "Okay, now smell this." Y'all, let the oils speak for themselves. One was like fresh, straight from the produce section, clean. You could tell it was lemon. The other one was like I don't want to say like Pine Sol, but like lemon smelling Pine Sol where it's very like chemically and it's not, you could just tell. So if you have to, well, you won't have another oil, but if someone ever says, hey, I use this other oil, I would encourage you to say, hey, let's just do a smell test. Like you bring your oil over and let's just let the oil speak for themselves, because I'm telling you, as soon as we smelt the difference, we threw away every single bottle, because she then explained, the difference and how seed to seal matters and whatnot. And we all were like night and day. We threw away those oils that day, ordered, everyone there got a starter kit, and we switched to Young Living. And that was all she wrote from there. I was only using them on my clients, like just for massage, a little bit on the facial. I really didn't get into sharing necessarily, because I really didn't have a story, and I just was using them on my clients. And then fast forward probably about 2 years, my daughter had gotten sick, and we ended up using peppermint to help her break a fever. And as soon as that happened, I knew this was for real. And I knew every person in every single home needed these oils. Like they just needed them to support their bodies. And that's the short version, because it's actually really long, but that's the short version of how I got started with Young Living and kind of got into the sharing mode of having my own personal story with that. As far as what I'll be sharing tonight, I'm just here to answer any questions. I do have 2 oily babies. I did have an oily pregnancy. I'm not really a DIYer. I mean, I can, but I'm more of a let's throw it in a bowl and see what works. So I'm also thankful for Tammy. I'm always like, okay, send me the recipe, because I'll probably lose it and I need another copy, even though you already sent it to me. But so that's kind of my story of how I joined Young Living and what I'll be sharing tonight.
So would any of you like to share like your wow moment with Young Living, or how you got started?
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
went to a spring rally, and I was listening. The speaker was the Iron Man. I don't remember his name, but he's the one that did the 50 marathons and 50 states in 50 days, and it was just like, whoa. And I saw the business really before I got into the oils part. I was getting ready to retire. That's a laugh. But I liked the smell of some of the oils that I had smelled. So mine was more from a financial end, but now I'm getting to the supplemental and to the health and wellness of the oils. So I really like that. And I've been following Sherry's longevity challenge and have been using it for most part. Yes, longevity. And I put Endoflex in mine because I have a low thyroid. And I've been off my thyroid medication for over a year. And look, no goiter. Woohoo! I love it. So now I need to go back to the doctor to have her look at it and see what she thinks. But anyway, so I've been doing the business off and on, more off than on. But I'm trying to get more into it because now I really need the income. So I've been putting some Zoom classes up, and I've got them scheduled out all the way until the end of November. Woohoo! So I'll be getting a lot of classes and hopefully get something going. Who knows? So, but yeah, I do have some questions about supplements, when to take what supplements with what. And I know Jen O'Sullivan has that class, so maybe I would get more from that. I've got 2 grandkids in the background that you hear playing. So,
Janet, you are always welcome to invite any of your prospects or your members, or I guess they're now. Anybody who wants to learn more, you can always invite them to this class too.
Okay. Oh, that's great to know. All right. Yeah, I'm kind of really, I'm not going to say dumb, but not educated on who to invite, where and when and how. So, but I can send them the link.
Yeah, this is all Team YL, this is open to anyone and everyone, whether you've never used oils or whether you're a seasoned
Okay.
user.
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah, feel free. We're here.
All right. I do have a team down in Florida that maybe they could get on and learn a little bit. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, can't go anywhere but up.
Janet, do you want to start with your questions?
Well, yeah, okay. I'm mixing golden turmeric and sulfurzyme together. And so I don't know if I can take that with any of the other supplements. I take the Thyromin at night because if I take it during the day, it makes me sleepy. So can I mix all those together? I know that I did it last night and I slept like a log. I don't know when I've slept so well. But I know when you take thyroid medication, it's supposed to be by itself. So I'm wondering if there's a difference with the Thyromin. That's one
I'm going to
question.
pull up my supplement book and take a look.
Okay.
Personally, for me, I take my Thyromin also with it's a prescription called LDN that's supposed to help bring my thyroid antibodies down. So I take them together.
Okay.
I think, and Tammy will look for sure in her book, but for me, because of how the supplements are created, formulated, and that they're a living thing versus synthetic, they have the oils in them to help work with your body.
Right.
They're going to work with your body. Now, the only thing is, like, I don't take vitamin D with my thyroid medication.
Right. I would do that in the morning. Yeah.
So I take my vitamin D 4 hours, at least 4 hours after I've taken, 4 hours apart from my thyroid medication.
Yeah. Because before I heard Jen O'Sullivan's class, I was taking my Super Cal Plus, Illuminize, Life 9, Golden Turmeric, Sulfurzyme, Thyromin, BLM all at one shot at night. And I learned from her, I shouldn't do that. So I'm trying to figure out, and I'm really bad about taking pills during the day. I'm more of a bedtime, right before bed, take them all at once. Whoop. So I don't know if they're working. I didn't have any change in sleep habits or lack of sleep when I did that. I just want to make sure that they're all working together to the best of their ability.
Jen Sullivan, this is her first edition, the Supplements Desk Reference, and this one suggests 1 to 2 tablets of the Thyromin immediately before going to sleep. So this one, it says to take that one at night.
Oh, right.
I also take my Life 9 at night.
Yeah. So do you take those together?
I don't currently take Thyromin, but it doesn't say that you can't.
Okay.
And I know that both of those are best to take in the evening, like before you go to bed.
And that's what I have been doing.
Yeah, I take the Life 9, the Thyromin, the LDN, and the Coumadin in the evening.
Okay. Okay. So I can kind of continue with that.
Now, if I can ask, do you take a probiotic, Janet?
The Life 9, yeah.
Okay, do you take that close to sulfurzyme?
At night, yeah. Is that not good?
Sulfurzyme has a prebiotic in it.
So I would take it separate.
I would separate them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just my suggestion. I know the probiotic thing, like I try not to take anything within 30 minutes of that probiotic. Give it at least 30 minutes in your gut or wait 30 minutes before you add it. One of the two.
Or I could take it in the morning too. Does sulfurzyme work in the morning?
I take sulfurzyme powder. Do you have the powder or the capsule?
Powder.
I put the powder in my Ninja in the morning.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do.
Okay.
And it tastes fabulous.
Same.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, well, that helps a lot. So let's see, what else was I? I think that was basically it. Oh, the Super Cal Plus, I would take that too before I go to bed at night. Because calcium is supposed to help raise the serotonin levels to help you sleep. So,
And I think calcium absorbs better at night.
yeah. So I take a big handful at night before I go to bed. It's like a meal in itself.
You know the difference between our sinkers and our floaters, our tablets and our capsules?
Oh, well, no, I just put it all here, put it in my mouth, nope, it's gone.
Well, the ones that are in capsules,
Yeah,
those
They float.
actually float. So if you are somebody who has a hard time with pills, you want to let gravity do its job. So you take anything that is in a capsule and you put those together. And then like the Super Bee that is actually like a compressed tablet, you put those together because they sink. And then
Right.
you put those in your mouth and take a drink and lean back because then
Yeah.
gravity will pull them. And then for the floaters, you take a drink and actually put your chin to your chest, and
So
then
they
they
float
float,
back.
and it's
Yeah.
easier for them to go down.
Yeah.
Was that the Super Cal Plus?
Yes.
Okay, so it's saying that you should take it with food. You say you take it at nighttime?
Yeah.
It says take 2 capsules daily with food. It is best to split the dose in 2 twice daily.
Okay. I usually just take one at night.
1 at night. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should get this book.
I should get that
supplement,
book.
The desk reference. This is also the first edition. It's good to
Yeah.
have.
So I looked for that book around Christmas time and it was sold out. She didn't have any reprints coming. So unless you guys ordered it, she has a second one out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's the second edition, which I think it has some more stuff in it. So I might need to get that one too.
Okay. Well, thank you for answering my questions. I appreciate it. It's a big help.
Hi, this is Jennifer. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Go ahead, lady.
Good. First, I'm excited, Janet, to see your face. You and I are in that longevity challenge together. This is Jennifer Lindsay. And my question is it has to do with that, with the longevity challenge. And if anyone's doing it, or even if you haven't, if you've used the CBD Beauty Boost. I just got it in my July ER order. So this is my first time trying the CBD Beauty Boost. I'm excited about it. And I'm wondering if you put it on just by itself on your face, or if you mix it in your moisturizer. If any CBD Beauty Boost users, I'd love to hear how you use it. I
use it just after I do like my nighttime skincare stuff, which sometimes, I'm not going to lie, is a Norwex rag because I'm too lazy. But I do about a quarter of a dropper on my whole face, and I don't mix it with anything. And then I go to bed with it just on my face. So I don't mix it with anything.
I usually mix it with, I'll just put I don't know how much I put in, just a little bit, because it doesn't take much. I'll put a little bit in my palm, and then I'll add the Bloom moisturizer, and I'll do that at night. So I mainly use it at night, and then I'll rub it together and just rub it all over my face and down. So that's how I use it. I just add it to my moisturizer.
I do the same. I use the light moisturizer, and I just do the same. So it's like I just have a pump of moisturizer, a little bit of that, and then I roll it on. And then sometimes I have like a jade little roller thing, and I'll just roll it around my face, pushing it in, I guess.
Nice.
So
I put mine. Oh, sorry, Susie. Go ahead.
You're fine. So I'm just going to give Melissa Pepping a little plug, because anything that Melissa does face or smelly I just need to get all over that, because yeah, she's pretty amazing. So she, in her book, the face and Body Book. She has her Forever 29 serum. So I took that. I was so excited because I got this cute little bottle from Whimsy and Wellness eyedropper bottle, and I took that Forever 29 serum. I added the CBD Beauty Boost. Thank you, Mom. That was a Christmas present. And then I added raspberry seed oil, because for me that works really, really well. And what I do with that is I take just a little dropper, because I'm stingy with that Beauty Boost. Like, I am just trying to get every single drop. So I take a small, like a half a dropper of that, and I put it into my moisturizer in the morning and in the evening. And that's how I use it, is I like totally dilute it and I add all the good Forever 29 oils to it. And then I add it to my moisturizer on top of that. So, and I like the sandalwood moisturizer at night, the moisturizing sandalwood, whatever. That's not really the only one I have left. I need to place a really big order for all my face care, but that's how I use mine.
Thank you so
What
much.
oils are in the Forever 29 serum?
Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Susie.
Sorry, I do that. Oh, okay. So she has frankincense, myrrh, rose, patchouli, and she has helichrysum, but helichrysum is really just for inflammation. So if you have like dots and things, it's good for those kind of things. And then she says a light viscosity oil base, which is another reason that she gives all of this information in this book. This book is pretty much gold, but it's really kind of bougie oils along with that CBD beauty boost, and it stretches it.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool.
I'm sorry. I put about 2 drops of the Beauty Boost oil in my Art Renewal serum and mix it up about 3 times, and then I can put it all over, and it really stretches the Art Renewal serum too. So I put it on my face and all the way down to right down here.
Okay.
So, and I think that with the longevity is changing, because I have people tell me, your skin looks so good. It looks so clear and radiant. And I'm just going, yay, I'll stay my age forever.
I agree. Your skin looks great. I agree.
Well, thank
I
you.
love hearing it. That's so wild. Like hearing how all using it was either like all in a different way. That's really cool. And I agree. I'm doing like a quarter. I mean, just the last 2 nights, just a quarter dropper. But I feel like I could even just do like 1 or 2 drops of the Beauty Boost. I mean, even a quarter dropper feels like more than enough to spread around. So yeah, I want that to last a long time also. And I'll just say too, that I also just came into Young Living when I was pregnant with my son, who's just turned 7. So he has grown up with oils, and I really was actually I really was just using like Gentle Baby and lavender on him, like doing baby massage and that kind of thing when he was a baby. And then I got really like inconsistent, and I actually almost went inactive. I had gone like over a year of not ordering anything, or I would like not remember how to use my account, and I would just ask Margaret or Sherry to like put something on their order for me instead of like doing my own order. So I was about to go inactive, and then it was a really kind of cool turn of events. I mean, I like joined Essential Rewards, to reactivate. I joined Essential Rewards and like made a commitment to be more consistent, and started switching out like each month a Thieves, adding a new Thieves product, and now we're all into the supplements and Ningxia Red, and so it's been a kind of a cool journey, and it's a good reminder that even people that seem like they are off, not into the products or oils anymore, about to go inactive or already inactive, they might come back. I've had people come back. I came back myself, and then I even started sharing, and now have a team and earn, some supplemental income. So So never give up on those people that used to be around. I guess that would be something that my experience shows. So, and the reason, and part of the reason that I can't, like, you know, with Sherry, like coming and, you know, having like a one-on-one with me and, you know, helping me with that order to stay active and spending time, you know, just face to face. And then I started coming to classes and rallies. And so it's all been really great. I'm so grateful. So that's a little bit of my story. And thank you. The CBD Beauty Boost was my main question for the night. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Jennifer. That just goes to show that I think all of the YL Unstoppables, we don't want you to just buy this stuff. We actually want you to use it and to benefit from it. And we want it to make your life better in some way. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome.
Do we have any more questions? If not, I will share a couple of my favorite hacks.
I have one question. Before you do that, I have one question. Since we have oily baby mamas on here, I have a sister who just gave birth 2 days ago, and she's trying to latch baby cakes, and she is having a moment with that. So I did give her the tip because I know I follow a lot of oily people, and I know fennel is really great for milk production. It's more kind of like the sensitivity that goes along with it. I'm open to suggestions.
Part of it, in my experience, is you just have to get used to it.
I was going to say, because it's like anything, right? If you're slicing vegetables all the time, you're going to get a callus on your...
It's an interesting sensation. It really is an interesting sensation. That first time I was just like, what in the, ooh, ow, oh. But then it's like, oh, okay. So she's day 2. Unless she's having like a painful latch, like where he's not really, he, right?
It's a she.
She. Where she's not latching properly, then she needs to work with a lactation consultant.
Yes.
Would be my suggestion, but.
And I think she's getting to the point where she's getting baby cakes the latch. She just isn't like, she's like, hello, what do you want me to do here? Because she's not like actively producing. So we're trying to get that, like she's trying to manually get that started before baby tries to latch, so that baby's getting something when she does.
Baby is going to make that letdown happen a lot quicker than she will. And there are some kids who are instant gratification, and it takes time and it takes patience, and make sure she's hydrated. That was my biggest mistake. If you are dehydrated, you are not going to have the volume that you need.
Okay.
So lots of water, like the normal amount of water, but then you have to remember, you have to replace all the water for all the milk that's going out.
Okay.
And
sorry.
My sister's doctor said, drink a beer a day. That helps with milk production too. I remember personally when my babies would first latch on, those first couple of sucks, it was just like, pull me off the ceiling. It hurts so bad. But after that, then it was just fine. But, you know, it's just like Lene said, you got to get used to it. Yeah. Is it uncomfortable? Sure it is. But sometimes what isn't? It's not nearly as uncomfortable as delivery.
Right. I would say while she's in the hospital, take advantage of the lactating or like the latch people that come in and try different positions. Like one kid, I did better, like a football position. Make sure she's comfortable. Is she calm, comfortable? Make sure the baby's comfortable. And that's how the letdown, like Tam said, the letdown will come. The baby's gonna suck even if she can't, like even if nothing's coming, she'll get something. Because I actually let the baby try and then I pumped in between. I just wanted it to just pull that out. And it just takes time. And also look into and make sure the baby doesn't have a lip tie. So Henry, I didn't know he had a lip tie and I thought it was going good, but he couldn't complete the latch. And then to take off, make sure like my son, I don't know, my daughter didn't have this problem, but like to disengage. I mean, I had to literally put my finger in his mouth and like undo the suction because that'll make it raw too if it's too suctioned on and you just go
Okay. No,
take it. Yeah.
That's good to know.
And I would, I always, for new moms, I always recommend Gentle Baby. It's such a fabulous blend for like the mommy baby bonding, time. And I mean, that's of course going to happen naturally, but it just kind of helps support that. She could, rub it on her chest or be diffusing it in the room when they're having their nursing time. And that might, I mean, I think there's a lot of, there's, like some anxiety, with those first couple days and stuff. So it can help her relax, which might, help the, the nursing too. So Gentle Baby, I can't say enough great things about that blend.
I have another suggestion too. Did the doctor say to use lanolin on her nipples to keep them for staying soft and not get so dry from the sucking and all of that? That might help a little bit. I don't know if there is a Young Living equivalent to that that baby could have. I'm not sure, but I know that helped me a lot.
Okay. I don't know if the doctor told her that. I don't know. I just know that the hospital she went to was very new, so they didn't have a lactation consultant on when she gave birth. So she wasn't in the hospital very long either. So that entire 26 hours or whatever that she was in the hospital, there was never a lactation consultant. So
that's not very long.
Yeah. She should be able to find a local chapter of La Leche League.
Yes, I was going to suggest that too.
She's got to find, if she is struggling, have her find somebody. And if she has a friend who is in a similar position, a cheerleader is priceless. Just somebody who is kind of walking through that with you at that time. Okay. It's amazing to have somebody just to remind you, oh, hey, you're not drinking enough water. And a lot of times it's that simple, but you get tired and you get focused on what you think you're doing right. And yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will check into that for sure. And she had a doula, so she has a really good network around her. So I'm sure she does, but these are all good questions to ask her for sure.
And I remember, with sore, tender nursing breasts, that Roman chamomile, that was my favorite to use for me.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. That was my only question since we had you all here.
I have a business team related question about the new changes. Can I go there real quick?
We'll do our best.
Okay. I'm wondering if we know, it sounds like I think all the website changes are happening right now. Do you guys know when it changes to when people that are star and senior star, below silver, when it changes where they don't have to
The CV and the
personally
PV.
get the 100, to get their commission. It's their team that gets the 100 commission. Does that happen in August or is that happening now also?
I believe that is August.
Okay.
I believe the CV starts in August, and that's, so if you're star through executive, you get 100 CV instead of 100 PV, and I believe that starts in August. But what I have told my people who are in that position is I would not trust my check on what my customers order or don't. So just know that you may be taking a gamble if you're banking on that CV. Just kind of keep an eye on it, because you may not get paid if your customers on your level 1 don't order. But I
Mhm.
believe that happens August 1st.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think that's a good message to send. I'm just one of my people is my mom, and I appreciate I think this is kind of a cool thing for somebody like her that, she's used to ordering 100 each month, so she probably can and will continue to do that, but they're also on a fixed income, and she just has people under her because I put them under her. So I like the flexibility for people, and she's got a couple people under her that are consistent, ER people that order big orders, so I feel like it wouldn't be as much of a risk for her. So I wanted to know kind of when she starts having that flexibility if she needs it. I was thinking August too is kind of the way I was understanding. I just wanted to double check what you all thought also. Thank you.
Well, I want to share, or Tammy, did you want to go into your DIY? So I don't know how many of you enjoy making your own blends, putting, kind of getting creative, so to speak. And if you have questions about that, some people are, another question I get a lot is, where do I put it? Where do I put this oil, or how do I use it? And common questions, I'll get to the how do I use it, or where do I put it? Simple one to ask: anywhere. Because if you're using an oil topically, it's going to get into your body it's in your bloodstream within 22 seconds, and it's in every single cell in like 20 minutes. So literally you can put it anywhere. Now, if you're having shoulder issues, put it on your shoulder, because you want it to get right there. That's already where your brain is focused. So our brain and body are so connected. So put it there, because in my opinion, it's going to work faster. Okay. So put it there. As far as other oils, what are you using it for? If you're using a breathing support oil, put it on your chest. When all else fails and you don't know where to put it on your feet. There are some oils that I have no idea, not no idea, but I am not as fond of the aroma of, but I know that they have amazing benefits. So I went through a time when I was working in the PICU where I was dreading going to work. Like, I was starting to have panic attacks and just not enjoying my time there anymore, and not realizing that I was starting to burn out and needed a change. So I was lathering Joy, which I'm not into the huge floral oils. Still am not a huge fan, although Joy has grown on me a little bit. So I would lather it on my feet. Also, being in the PICU, there's a lot of different people who have different sensitivities to aromas and things, and so I wanted to be respectful of them, and I didn't want to be a walking diffuser necessarily. So I would put Joy on the bottom of my feet, just kind of rub it all over, and then I would also put Palo Santo, because I needed kind of protect myself from the negativity that I was faced all the time. And then once in a while I would use Hope down there as well. But I always put oils on my feet when I was like, I know I need it. That's what my body needs right now, but I don't want to have to smell it because I just don't. So that's one thing. The other thing is if you kind of want to experiment a little bit, whether you're creating your own perfume, or let's say you have a specific issue. Like one of the things I had to do in aromatherapy school is I had to create different blends for people with certain conditions. Or I had to make salves and had to choose certain oils that I put in the salve depending on what condition or issue they were dealing with at that time. So one of them was one of my good friends, her daughter has eczema. And so, Shelby, maybe I can send you my recipe. But I made a body oil and I chose 3. It's kind of a good rule of thumb to choose at least 3 oils when you're making your own blend. Because typically you have like a top note, like that one that you smell first, and then the middle note, it comes next, and then the bottom, the base note, which kind of is the one that you smell at the end. So you kind of, and the only way to really know that, I could go into more detail, but this is what those were kind of the guidelines I was using when I was making this body oil. And then what I would do is I would take, these aren't the oils that I used, but I would take the oils. I looked at, since it was for eczema, I was using skin supporting oils. I believe patchouli was one of them, or geranium, I think was another one. But I would put them together like this. So they're just all together because I didn't want to create a blend and waste the oils if it didn't work well together. And I wanted to know how much of each oil, because that's often something people ask. You see these recipes and you're like, well, how do you know how much of each oil to use in your own blend, whether it's in a roller or a dropper bottle or a spray bottle? So put your 3 oils together and then just kind of do a sniff. Which one stands out to you the most? Which one just like, whoo, that hits me right away? Well, that one is your stronger oil. So you're, in relation to the other 2, you're going to want to use less of this one, more of these. So you kind of, and then you're like, okay, which one do I smell next? And then some of them might be the same number of drops, and there will have to be just a little bit of experimenting. But that way, whichever one you smell the most, and also you want to know, when I put these 3 together, do I like the aroma? Is it pleasing? Sometimes some of our blends in Young Living maybe aren't as pleasing to you as they are to others, but there's a purpose behind that. So get out your handy dandy oil reference and look the oils up that you're considering using before actually putting them together. So, and then put them in first. And also it's a good rule of thumb to let those meld together for like 24 hours so that they create their own synergy and blend together before you add the carrier oil so that they have a chance to really work together. So that's my little hack or question.
So, Lene, what I just put, okay, so the smelliest one, I'm going to do the least. So say I'm going to do 2 drops that, and then I'm like, okay, 3 drops and then 4 drops. And then I just put it in the container without anything else and let it synergize for 24 hours. And then I add whatever base I'm going to use.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Now, can you do, I don't know if you know this or not, but can you do singles or can you do blends and singles? Like what's the best?
Oh,
or does
yeah,
it matter?
I was going to answer that. So Young Living has a ton of blends, right? We know that. And they were created with just such an amazing purpose. And in some of those blends are multiple oils, right? My advice is to not mix a blend with a blend, because when you do that, you muddy the water, so to speak. Those blends aren't going to work as, they're still going to work, they're still going to do something, but it's not going to be as whoa as if you let that blend do what it's meant to do. It was created with a very specific purpose in mind, and I don't want to mess that up. So I tend to leave it by itself. Now, what I will do is I will take a blend, like say Thieves, and I will add one of the singles in it. I'll add more of that to it. So Thieves and Lemon is one that I do a lot because I'm just enhancing the lemon, whether I'm putting it in the diffuser or taking the Thieves Vitality and Lemon Vitality together. Lemon Vitality is very immune boosting and cleansing, and then Thieves is also has that strong immune properties too. So and again, in that sense, you just smell the two together, and of course Thieves is rather strong, if you want to say, a very strong aroma. So you would use less drops in compared to the other, or you might just want to add like 3 drops Thieves and maybe 1 drop lemon, just to enhance the lemon just a little bit more, because you like a little bit more lemon, or whatever other blend you're working with. So yeah, I would tend to focus on keeping singles together, blend several singles together, and then take a blend and put 1 single with it, just to enhance those effects. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
One thing that I have noticed is that orange is the essential oil that goes with just about anything. So if something is a little too flowery and you need, like Joy is one that is very flowery and I have a hard time with that one. But if I add orange to it, it kind of tones those notes down so that it's a little bit more, the aroma is a little bit more pleasing. It works with peppermint, it works with the trees, it works with it's great with Thieves too, and it's great as a relaxing oil. That's one of the ones that my son uses in his bedroom at night. So orange is like the one that kind of will help mute overpowering aromas.
Yeah, and Thieves and Orange smells like fall. That's like my favorite fall blend. But what I was going to say is, isn't it curious? Because I just discovered now why you don't want to mix the Great Day Protocol together. Because all of those are blends. So if you mixed all of those oils together, woo! So yeah, that's a really good point, because they're meant for a reason to be where they're going to be. So interesting.
Yeah, I made the mistake of, I don't know what I put together because I would never write anything down. And I made a concoction that smelled awful. It kept everybody out of my office so I could work alone.
Yeah, so that's pretty neat, because now you can just use Lenee's method of putting the bottles together and just kind of whiffing them around. I love that tip. That's great. Thanks, Lenee.
Another thing I would suggest too is I usually say start at your belly button. Okay, so open whatever oil that you want to smell and actually start from your belly button, because it will smell different the closer you get it to your face. So if something like Longevity, this is rather overpowering, I can actually smell it at arm's length down here. Some of them are a little bit more mild and you have to get them closer, but this way you don't get a face full of an oil that you don't care for the aroma.
Whenever I used to work at a salon, we had coffee beans to kind of like, we would do a smell, and then we would have them smell the coffee. I guess that cleanses the nose palate too. So if you get too overwhelmed and you're like, I don't even know, coffee grounds helps.
Tammy, can you share one of your hacks?
Sure. Oh. I will share how I use the insect repellent. It comes in a liquid, which I don't have right now because it just came back in stock. So I ordered it. But all I did is I ordered a fine mist sprayer off of Amazon, and I used equal parts of insect repellent. You can add a bottle of Kunzia or Kunzia, however you say that, and then I use vodka because it's something I always have, or you can use unscented witch hazel. So it's equal parts of the insect repellent and either the witch hazel or vodka. And then the bottle of Kunzia is optional, but then you have a spray on for your insect repellent instead of, it's a little messy when it comes in that bottle because it's liquid. So this way you spray it on your skin and then you don't ever have to get it on the palms of your hands. So
Do you use the whole bottle of Kunzea?
yes,
The whole 5 ml bottle, you just dump
I
it
did.
in there?
I did. Yep. And like I said, that would be optional, but it was just something that was recommended and I tried it and I love it.
Could you put citronella in that too? Or not the citronella? Go ahead.
I did not put extra citronella in there because it already is in, citronella is already in our insect repellent. So if you want to keep it simple, just do equal parts of either witch hazel or vodka and the insect repellent. Super simple. And then this, yeah, it just sits in my car. So it's a little beat up, but this gets sprayed on all of the people on the baseball team. Anytime that we happen to be somewhere, and people love the aroma.
When I flew to Florida, I had a couple of bottles of insect repellent, and I'm glad I put it in 2 plastic bags because it leaked all over the place. Yeah. So I use a plastic bag to rub on my arms now. I'm not wasting any of that stuff.
So I do the same. I have this little itty bitty spray bottle that I just keep in my purse because we were out of these for so long. These, you guys, I ordered this before.
You're muted again.
Sorry. Chris has the blood type that all the things are attracted to him and bite him immediately. Whatever blood type that is. I don't know. Oh, I think it is. So I ordered them before we went, and there's 12 of them, and I came back with 2. And these things are so power loaded that we both use them. So I have him put it on first, and then I finish it off or whatever. But when these are out of stock, I do this and carry this in my purse because I never know where we're going to end up. And if we're outside for a while, he needs protection. So, yeah.
So Susie, I bought some of those wipes and they seemed kind of dry.
Really?
Yeah. Did I maybe get just
a bad batch? Probably, because these things they feel just like the stuff out of the bottle. Yeah. But they're good. They're really good.
I added a little witch hazel just because I figured that would work, but they
didn't work. Yeah.
The first time I tried them, I thought, well, these are kind of dry.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you told me that because I will definitely try. I'll open some more and see.
Yeah. I had a really bad experience with the dishwashing powder. So I understand where it's good to like talk about things to make sure that it's not all the same. But this was just the insect repellent with the witch hazel. So I didn't know about the Kunzia thing or even adding more citronella. I never even thought about that. So thank you.
The thing with the dishwasher powder for me is I have very hard water. I have well water. I live in the country. And I actually have to mix my equal parts of baking soda and the dishwasher powder with Lemashine or citric acid. I always have citric acid, but if you don't, you can buy a product called Lemashine off of Amazon. And when I mix those 3 things together, the dishwasher powder works great.
Okay, I just know that I got it and I used it the way that the package was, and I had to rewash 3 loads of dishes, and I said no more. So I haven't bought it since it's been newly reformulated because it just came back into stock, I think. So,
do you know what else I like to use that for? soaking my pool filters.
Oh yeah.
It soaks all of the grime off the pool filters. So that's one less chemical. I still use chlorine in my pool because I haven't figured out how not to. But when it comes to getting all the sludge off the filters, I use a capful of Thieves Household Cleaner and about a half a scoop of the dishwasher powder in hot water. And then I just soak my filter in it, and then the stuff just runs off.
Good tip. Really good tip.
Have y'all tried the kitchen and bath scrub? I love it. It is awesome. I cleaned my bathtub with it after my daughter did, and it got sparkling white. And I cleaned off the chrome, around the round shower head or the faucet and whatever, and on the downspout. It's still shiny, and it's been like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm amazed at how well that works. I hope they keep it. I hope it's not for a limited time.
From what I understand, that is a beta testing product. They want to make sure that the demand is there. So if you are loving it, make sure you are sharing that and that people go out and try it, because that's how we're going to get it to stay.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to do.
I'm excited because I want to try it on my oven. I don't even want to take before pictures because my oven looks like yeesh. But I'm gonna clean it all with that scrub and baking soda and lemon and the household cleaner. I'm gonna try one first and see.
Yeah, I tried it on a Revereware pan, if you know what those are, the copper bottom pans. And I don't know if you saw my Facebook, but I had a picture of the half and half before and after. And it really worked well. It only took about 5 minutes to scrub the whole thing. So it works good.
Wow. Good to know. Good to know.
All right. Well, we are just over an hour. So we want to be respectful of your time. Does anybody have any more questions before we sign off? Can I do a little dance together? Well, if not, I want to thank you all for bringing your questions. This has been a great interactive class, and always better with participation. So I am grateful for all of you who spent your last hour with us. And if something comes up between now and forever, make sure you reach out to whoever invited you here. And we are always willing to answer questions and help you get the most out of your products and essential oils.
Or you could even post the question on our YLN Stoppables page too, and just reach out to all of us. So
thank you all for the information. It was very, very good.
Yes, thank you for inviting me, Lene.
you're welcome.
It's nice meeting the rest of you too. So
All
thank you
right.
for all the information.
Janet, you'll have to bring some friends next time.
I'm going to. We'll see what I can do about that.
And then next
Next
class,
week. Yeah.
What's next week?
next Tuesday, yes.
What's
It's-
next week?
Mindset matters.
Mindset. Oh, good. Yeah, I'll definitely invite some folks in.
Yes. Well, the whole world needs to be in on that one.
Yes.
Well, I can't do the whole world, Susie. Sorry.
Well, just put it out to your neck of the woods, and then we'll just kind of trickle it out. Mindset matters.
That sounds good.
Perfect. Well, thank you all for coming, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.